Hello, and right before we start this video, I'd like to say go down there and tap that like button if you're on like a tablet or phone, and click that like button if you're on a computer. But I'm using my tablet. And another thing, I am so angry because I recorded this whole video and yep, I don't know what happened, but it did not get saved. So now let's go on with the video. I'm teaching you about decimals in math, and I'm going to be hurrying up with this video because I am so angry and I just want to complete this. I already did all the writing, so when I did not save it, it was actually supposed to be a 10-minute video. I'm planning on making this one a little bit more shorter than this. So let's go on with the video. Now a decimal consists of a whole number and a fraction apart, and the decimal point, most importantly. So here's an example, 12.5, which is the same thing as 12 and 1/2. That's how you change it into a mixed number. Same thing as 12 and 1/2, 12.5. Hundreds, tens, ones, tenths, hundredths, and thousands are all a part of the decimal table. So now we're going to take 12.5 and we're going to put it into the decimal table. Now the hundreds, tens, and ones, that's the whole number part. And the tenths, hundredths, and thousands, that's a fractional part. So we brought down 12.5, the whole number, into the hundreds, tens, and ones, which is only using tens and ones, and the fractional part to tens. Because when it's right, the first one after the decimal point is tens, second one hundreds, third one thousands, and so on. But I'm only going to stick with the basics, which is tenths, hundredths, and thousands. Now the same thing for this side. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, and you can keep on going. But I'm only going to stick with this. I know for grade 5, this is not the basics, hundreds, tens, and ones, but I didn't have any more space on the paper. I didn't want to go into the margin to mess things up, because it looks pretty good when it's not inside of there. Anyways, 12.5 to a mixed number. Over here you can see that 5 is under tenths, so it's 5 tenths, just like 2 is under ones, so it's 2 ones. And just like 1 is under tens, but you don't say 1/10, that's not proper English. You say 1/10. Now, over here, the 5 is under tenths, so it'll be 12 and 5/10, which is the same thing as 12 and a half. If you use the factor 5, the common factor 5, and you divide by the numerator and the denominator, that's what you're going to get. 12.5 is the same thing as 12 and a half, which you can see right here. Now, I ran out of space during the video, but for the next step, we're actually going to be going at the back of the page. So, I'm going to be showing you 5 examples of changing a fraction into a decimal. Now, 1/2 is the same thing as 1 divided by 2, because the dividing line between them is 1 divided by 2. So 1 divided by 2, you put the 1 as the dividend, so it's supposed to go inside the box, and the divisor stays outside, that's a 2. And then the quotient will be on top here. Now 2 into 1 I cannot, so I put a 0 right here. And 2 times 0 is 0, 1 minus 0, 1. And since you end up with a remainder, then you add a 0, then you put a point up here. So then 2 into 10 is 5, so I put the 5 there, and then 2 times 5 is 10. So I was supposed to minus this. Let me just do it now. So we end up with 0 as our remainder. And then the answer will be 0.5. And that's how you change 1/2 into a decimal. Now, the next fraction that we're going to be changing into a decimal is 1/5, which is the same thing as 1 divided by 5. 5 into 1, I cannot, so I add 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 1 minus 0, 1. And now, since when I had a remainder, you have to add a 0 and then put a decimal point over here. So 5 into 10 is 2, and that's what I got. And then 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 10, 0, so your answer is 0.2. Number 3 is 6/48, which is the same thing as 6 divided by 48. 6 divided by 48, 48 into 6, 0. 0 times 48, 0. 6 minus 0, 6. So I had a remainder. So then I added the 0. Then I put a point up here. So 48 into 60 will be 1. 1 times 48, 48. 60 minus 48 is 2. What am I saying is 2? It's 12. And I had nothing here, so then I had to add a 0 because you still have a remainder, so you have to add another 0, and you don't add another decimal point up here because you already have one. Now 48 into 120 is 2. 2 times 48 is 96. So then you minus that from 120 and you get 24. And then 48 and 24, I cannot. So that means I end up with a remainder. And then I have to add a 0. Because I still have a remainder, so I have to add another 0. And I don't add another point up there, like I said. I just add the 0. Now 48 into 240 will be 5. I mixed up the 3 and the 5 because of the f sound that you hear. Will be 5. 5 times 48 will be 240. And then your answer is 0.125. You don't say 0.125. You say 0.125 or 0.125, not 0.125. You get the point. Our answer is right over here, 0.125. Now moving on to number 4, which is 27/3. Now there's an easy way on doing this. You can easily simplify it. 27/3 is the same thing as 9 wholes. And 9 wholes, to change a whole number into a decimal, then you just add 0.0. You just add 0.0. So it will be 9.0. That will be the decimal. There's also another way on doing this. 27/3 is the same thing as 27 divided by 3. And 27 divided by 3 is 9. I just did it mentally for you. And then 9, to change into a decimal, will be 9.0. There's also another way of doing this. 27 divided by 3. 3 into 27 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27. I minus. I end up with a remainder of 0. So then I add another 0. 3 into 0, 0. So then I add another 0, and then I add a point. I forgot to say that. When you add another 0, you must add a point at the top. So then 3 into 0 is 0. So then I end up with 9.0. Our answer is 9. And number 5, you are going to be doing it by yourself. It is 100 thirds. Hope you have fun doing it. Bye.